Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the May 10th, 2022 Holmdel Township Committee meeting. I hereby announce that pursuant to Section 5 of the Open Public Meetings Act, that adequate notice of this meeting has been provided in the notice which was sent to the Asbury Park Press, the Two River Times, and posted on the bulletin board in Township Hall, and filed in the Township Clerk's office on January 5th, 2022. Mayor Bontempo. I'm sorry. Mayor Bontempo is not with us this evening. Mr. Santana?
Here.
Mr. Impreviduto?
Here.
Mr. Lucarelli?
Here.
Ms. Weber?
Here.
Deputy Mayor, you have a quorum.
Thank you, Wendy. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, and please stay standing for a moment of silence to honor our troops after the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please stay standing for a moment. Thank you.
Oh, here we go. Hello?
Hey, guys.
Okay, you're on.
Thank you. Yep.
Okay, we'll start out with public comments on agenda items. Anybody out there? Okay, seeing no comments, do we want to make a motion for the consent agenda?
Move.
Second.
Wendy, roll call, please.
Mr. Impreviduto?
Yes.
Mr. Lucarelli?
Yes.
Mr. Santana?
Yes.
Ms. Weber?
Yes, with a note.
Mayor Bontempo?
Yes.
Okay. Resolutions 2022-136 to 2022-145 have been successfully passed.
Next item, introduction of ordinances.
Introduction of ordinance 2022-15, which is an ordinance amending and supplementing Article 5 zoning section 30-139.5 M Medical District conditional uses and section 30-155.2E conditional uses standards for approval of Chapter 30 Development Regulations of the Code of the Township of Homedale. This motion is to adopt on first reading and publish in the Asbury Park Press and set the public hearing for May 24th, 2022.
Do we have a motion?
Motion. Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Impreviduto?
Yes.
Mr. Lucarelli?
Yes.
Mr. Santana?
Yes.
Ms. Weber?
Yes.
Mayor Bontempo?
Yes.
Ordinance 2022-15 will be set for public hearing. The next ordinance for introduction is 2022-16, which is an ordinance approving technical revision to ordinance 2022-13, amending section 10-1.3 relating to uniform construction code fees. This motion is to adopt on first reading and publish in the Asbury Park Press and set the public hearing for May 24th, 2022.
Do you have a motion?
Move.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Impreviduto?
Yes.
Mr. Lucarelli? Mr. Santana?
Yes.
Ms. Weber?
Yes.
Mayor Bontempo?
Yes.
Okay, 2022-16 will be set for public hearing. Thank you.
Thank you, Wendy. Next item, hearing on ordinances.
Hearing on ordinance 2022-10, which is an ordinance establishing Chapter 28 titled Nuisances.
Okay, open for public comments at this time. Anybody? Okay. Seeing none, close public comments. Do we have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Impreviduto?
Yes.
Mr. Lucarelli?
Yes.
Mr. Santana?
Yes.
Ms. Weber?
Yes.
Mayor Bontempo?
Yes.
Okay, ordinance 2022-10 has been successfully passed. The next hearing is for ordinance 2022-14, which is an ordinance amending Chapter 18, Sewers, Section 18-3.2, Charges and Rentals of the revised general ordinances of the Township of Homedale.
Motion? Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. Any public comments on this ordinance? None? Seeing none, close public comments. Do we have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Improvisato?
Yes.
Mr. Lucarelli?
Yes.
Mr. Santana?
Yes.
Ms. Weber?
Yes.
Mayor Bontempo?
Yes.
Okay, 2022-14 has been successfully adopted. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Wendy.
You're welcome.
We'll go to department updates. We'll start with Bill, Administrator.
Okay, I got an announcement regarding the COVID-19 relief for residential sewer customers. Public Law 2021, Chapter 317, and Public Law 2022, Chapter 4 establishes relief measures for residential customers of sewer charges. Moratoriums and shutoffs or enforcement of liens on unpaid sewer charges for residential customers on March 15th is extended for customers that apply for state-administered utility assistance programs prior to June 15th, 2022. Before enforcement action can be taken on unpaid utility charges that accrued between March 9th, 2020 and March 15th, 2022, the municipality must send each residential utility ratepayer with arrearages written notices of installment plan opportunities regardless of the amount of unpaid charges, including the specific amount owed and the monthly payment. The law requires a 12-month minimum installment plan. A resident has 30 days to accept the installment plan, or the municipality can move forward with enforcement action. This information is required by law. We had to make this announcement. Also, the information will be on the website. If there are any changes, they'll be announced at the monthly meeting of the Township Committee. In other items, we had plastic bag ban, which became effective on May 4th. The town made a check of all the stores at the Commons, all the stores at the Town Center, and Lowe's, and they were all in compliance. There was no summonses and no warnings issued. Regarding the swim club tennis courts, the ARH Associates, the engineering for the renovation project, has been working on a survey so we can get those up and running as soon as we can. One other item, the Harding House. The Harding House, as we know, we had a assessment of the hazard assessment and facility conditions. As of right now, about $35,000 is needed to paint it, and we plan on doing that ASAP. And we got at least one quote. We're going to look for another quote and see how we come out. I believe that's all that I have at this time.
Yep. Any update from the CFO office?
That was the first one.
Okay. All right. I have a question regarding if you have any updates on the horn antenna funding that we were seeking.
We sent a letter to all the representatives, and we have not received an answer back yet. We just sent it. Yeah, just sent it this past
Okay.
week,
Okay. Thank you.
asking for funding for both to either maintain it and or move it.
Okay, great. I'll keep asking every meeting then. Thank you.
And if I could just jump in really quickly, Bill, I'm glad we're going to work to upkeep the Harding House. I got a nice tour around the outside of it from Karen Stuckland, the co-president of CELU, and really incredibly informative and just a lot of history there that I shamefully was unaware of.
Yeah,
So,
there's issues with the lead paint. That's the main problem.
Yeah.
And it's flaking, so we just really want to clean it up and paint it. And there's some wallpaper in the house. We're going to try to put it behind plastic because we really can't replace that wallpaper. So we're going to try to put a cover on it so that we can maintain some of the original appearances of the house.
Yeah, that was great.
Thank you. Thank you, Bill. Okay, next item, we'll move to the engineer. Do you have any updates for us, Ben?
Sure, thank you, Deputy Mayor. The Homedale Firehouse should get the final surface course paving in the parking lot this week. And we also have submitted plans for the improvements to Takalusa Drive to the NJDOT. That is funded with a DOT grant, and they're currently reviewing those, and once we receive approval from them, we'll put it out to bid. And that's Takalusa between Centerville and Telegraph Hill Road.
Okay, thank you. Is that it?
That's it, thank you.
Okay, thank you. I know our attorney is an understudy here.
I couldn't possibly fill my shoes, but I'll do the best I can today. I have no report to add other than thank you for having me this evening.
Thank you, Counselor. Boards and committees. So let me start with Committeeman Improvisato, please.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. As many of you know, as of May 4th, the state implemented a plastic bag ban. Just a quick reminder, that's the state of New Jersey. We have nothing to do with it other than to enforce the code. I know a lot of folks are frustrated by it, but the code enforcement officer is actively inspecting businesses that are required to comply with the new law. The code enforcement officer anticipated completing her inspections prior to the end of the quarter as required by state law and will be submitting her findings to the state. There are some property maintenance complaints. A number of complaints on property maintenance violations are higher than usual for the month of May. In just a few days this month, the code enforcement officer has written numerous violations, most having to do with excessive length of grass, dogs at large, vehicles on unapproved surfaces. We just want to encourage everybody to familiarize themselves with the property maintenance code. This is their job to do. This is the office's job to do, but they don't get a kick out of writing people up. And there's continuing education and training for the staff, community development, zoning officers attending a backyard chicken course to receive training on how chickens and chicken coops should be properly maintained. This will enable the zoning officer to more effectively inspect chicken coops on Homedale properties. The annual stormwater report has been submitted to the state as required by law. We also are seeing a seasonal increase in permits and applications. As spring gets into full swing, there's always that kind of lift. The weather gets nice, people want to do some work. We just want to remind everybody that we have the new online platform, SDL platform, and this makes applications and permit requests much simpler for residents and vendors. You can complete many tasks and requests from the comfort of your home or office. It can be accessed at holmdeltownship.com/community development. It's just a way for anybody looking for permits just to be a heck of a lot easier and more convenient than having to come to town hall in person. That's it.
Thank you, Committeeman. Committeeman Lucarelli?
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Just a few quick things from Public Works and Recycling. This Saturday, the 14th, is the large item drop-off from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Bell Works parking lot. Residents can also find a full list of acceptable and prohibited items on the Homedale website. Monmouth County is also has a program this year for shredding, and there's a whole list of different areas where they'll be holding this, and you can go on www.visitmonmouth.com for a complete list at times for paper shredding throughout the county. Just a quick update on the road program. In anticipation of the 2022 road program, all curbing in affected streets have been replaced, basins have been repaired, trees have been trimmed, and the township is working with their contractor for a commencement date on the milling and actual paving. A full list again of the projected streets for the road program can be found on the Homedale website. And on another note, the New Jersey Park Sharks featured Cross Farms. So the New Jersey Park Sharks, it's a organization that reviews and recommends parks throughout the state of New Jersey. They highlighted Cross Farm Park in their recent post. They provided a recommendation for the entire park facility, but specifically highlighted the splash pad and the playground area with the turf surface, and they rated it as a must-see for patrons. So good job on that, and that's all I have.
Thank you, Committeeman. Committee Women Weber?
It's a mouthful. Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Just a few things from Recreation. Red Cross is going to be holding blood drives in the Senior Center from now through September, May 24th, June 28th, July 12th, August 30th, and September 13th. The need is very strong right now, so if you can, please donate. Swim Club registration is going really strong, and nice response from families. The new lockers are in and will be ready for opening day on May 28th. Camp registration is still open, and they've added additional activities. Unfortunately, the HYA parade was rained out. They are considering some type of other event or reschedule in September. Stay tuned. And we will have our annual Memorial Day ceremony Monday, May 30th at 10:30 a.m. at Town Hall. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Committeewoman. Mayor Bontempo, do you have any updates?
I do. Thank you, Deputy Mayor. So the first is the Veterans Initiative. Holmdel Township is committed to listening to our veteran voices. Our goal is to implement meaningful partnerships with the Homedale veteran community in order to grow our offering of services and programs. To that end, the township is planning to host a series of veteran town hall meetings so that we can listen to feedback about what is important to our neighbors who served in the armed forces. I'm asking that all local veterans identify themselves to the township so we can include you in our planning and ensure that you are invited to meetings and events. Veterans can visit the Homedale website at holmdeltownship.com/veterans to find out more information and to register to receive notifications about services and events. And we actually, from the newsletter that we submitted about a week and a half ago, we've gotten some people signing up already, plus referrals to other people. So thank you to those, and please continue to share the message so we can reach to all the interested veterans in our Homedale community. The second is a Homedale reusable tote bag design contest. A reminder to residents that the Homedale Township Committee is sponsoring a reusable tote bag design contest. Students in grades K through 12 are invited to submit designs for reusable shopping bags. They'll be printed by the Holmdel Township and distributed to our residents. 2 winning designs will be chosen. The winners will be announced at the meeting on June 14th at our Township Committee meeting at Town Hall. For more information and for design contest, please visit homdeltownship.com/reusable bags. And a reminder that we have the Motor Vehicle Commission mobile unit coming to Homedale. The Motor Vehicle Commission mobile unit will be returning to visit Homedale on Thursday, May 26th from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. The location will be at our Community Center senior lot right next to Town Hall. Pre-registration is required. Please pre-register. You can't show up for the event. The link and additional information is available on our website, homdeltownship.com/MBC mobile unit. Customers for all services will need their 6 points of ID, must bring their Social Security card with them. That is it for my report. Deputy Mayor, thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. I have some public safety updates. First one I have is the Safe Not Sorry program. The police department is currently hosting a Safe Not Sorry program for graduating high school seniors. It's a 3-day course for young women that provides an understanding of potentially dangerous situations they may become involved in while away at college. The program also provides training on safety and avoiding danger while at school. There are currently 25 students enrolled in the program. I'm happy to say 2 of them happen to be daughters of the Township Committee folks here. The program is managed by Lieutenant Michael Piggott and Lieutenant Robert Fillauer. The second item, which I'm sure a lot of kids are going to be excited about, is the Brain Injury Awareness Month. I know, it's coming. May is Brain Injury Awareness Month. The police department is partnering with Cold Stone Creamery on its Bike Helmet Reward Program. Pay attention to this. Cold Stone has provided the police department with coupons that our officers can give to people under the age of 16 who are spotted riding their bicycle with a helmet on. So please, kids, please make a note of this and wear your helmet so you can at least get a free ice cream. Bike rodeo. The police department and the Traffic and Bike Safety Committee will be hosting a safe biking skills course, which they are calling the Bike Rodeo. This will happen on Friday, May 20th. Space is limited, so people are asked to register in advance. For more information, you can visit the homedalepolice.org site or the Homedale Facebook page. Then I have the Homedale Police Youth Academy 2022. The police department is now accepting applications for its Police Youth Academy. The Youth Academy is open to children ages 9 through 12. The goal of the academy is to familiarize children with the role of a police officer. It'll be a hands-on experience teaching a variety of law enforcement techniques and training. The 2 sessions of the academy will be held between August 1st and 5th, 2022 for children ages 9 and 10, and then August 8 and 12 for children ages 11 and 12. Seating is limited to 40 students in each age group, and applications are due May 16, 2022. So the application and additional information can be found on the HTPD's webpage, homedalepolice.org. That's all I have. Okay. Any other business? Any other questions, comments from the committee? None, seeing none, I think it's time for I'll open up for public comments on anything you want to discuss. Yes.
Bill Castning for Takalusa Drive. I almost gave my old address. Anyway, this Saturday, my organization, Monmouth Conservation Foundation, is hosting an event at Bayonet Farm that we call Spring for Conservation. It's 2 to 5, wine, craft beer, lots of events for the kids. Kids are free, adults are $60 a person. So I urge any and all of you to attend. It's a fun event, but it also helps us, through our sponsorship, raise funds for land preservation throughout the county. Second item, thanks for passing the ordinance. It's my understanding, personally, that it only covers half of what the hell is the name of the road that goes in front of my house. It escapes me. No, Laurel. Jeez, brain freeze. It happens when you reach my age. Laurel Avenue. I think that divides the center divides Middletown from Homedale, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And your ordinance, it's great. And if there's an infraction in terms of noise by vehicles, it's only enforceable on the town side. I urge you to ask, if they haven't already done so, urge Middletown to also adopt a similar ordinance. The police can't enforce it. The police can't enforce it because they don't have the sound meters, and they also aren't trained to enforce sound violations. That's
So it was my understanding that we used it like somewhat of a template from Middletown for that ordinance.
Well, could you verify that it is, that they do have it and that
Sure.
they would
Yes,
enforce it?
Bill can.
Okay, thank you very much. And the last thing is, too bad the lower end of Takalusa isn't being paved where I live, and hopefully that'll happen soon. But there is one humongous pothole right outside my driveway that needs to be filled. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So I had a question, Ben, on that. When people report potholes, they send an email to eRoads or roads at Homedale. Remember, we talked about it the last meeting. We want to create a webpage to show what's the status of that request and whether it was taken care of. I presume it's being handled.
Yeah, those requests go to, I believe the Public Works Department gets those emails, and they send somebody out to look at it and see what needs to be done. We're still discussing how the best way to handle that is, and we'll.
Yeah, my question was more about providing information on the Homedale website saying that it's been taken care of, so they're not sending us all emails. They know where to go and to find that information.
Right. Yeah. That's what we're trying to figure out how to best handle that.
All right. Thank you. Any other questions from the public? Pretty quiet group today.
Take it while we can get it.
Seeing none?
Yes.
Chris Damari, Seven Oaks. I wanted to have a chance to follow up with you, Prakash. At the last Township Committee meeting that I spoke at, you took the time to respond to me saying that you were surprised by my claims that not many people in Homedale know about this charter study. You made a point on how surprised you've been going around town. We obviously have different networks, and that's fine. But as an elected official, my recommendation to you is you need to get out and see more of the groups of Homedale, because there are a tremendous amount of people, and I've been at this for 2 months, and I'm not getting the same responses, and I'm asking a lot of people I know and I don't. So that's my recommendation, and nobody's going to convince me otherwise. To me, the charter study is the biggest backdoor deal done in Homedale history. It's a shame that it's going on right now. So we have a big week for this charter study, right? They're going to announce on Thursday this predetermined recommendation. Still not being transparent and it's been asked so many times when we're going to vote on this. And I just don't understand why it just isn't November right off the bat. Why would we rush this? Don't we want a true gauge for Homedale? The mayor declined to answer questions for the past couple months when many residents came here recommending to vote in November and getting some assurance. And he declined to answer anything, saying that he couldn't talk anything charter study related. But, you know, when he went on the study as a guest, he had no problem explaining exactly how he felt. So 2 months I've been here, and there's yet to be any literature or communication from our mayor to the Homedale residents about the charter study. Just wondering, is it just going to be the campaign signs, the vote yes? Is that the only time we're going to hear about from the mayor on his the charter study? Because there should be some communication going out here. It's been said that you have no influences on the charter study, but yet, Prakash, you and Mayor Bontempo, you guys gave them the keys to put them in the position. You signed them up the petition. You made sure nobody knew about it. So I disagree with that. And I'm standing behind the fact I think you guys need to answer residents and say, yes, we voice and support that if we're truly going to put the Homedale residents first, because both of your campaigns were Homedale residents first, and the chairman of the charter study, Ken G, has digital properties Homedale first, but yet in their actions, they are not putting Homedale residents first. It's clear. They're not being transparent, and we should voice that. This should be in November, and I don't know why we're hiding behind it. So I really hope that any elected official will stand up and start standing behind that. This is a historic vote. There should be absolutely no rush. Also to mention, in November, statistically, is a substantially larger voter turnout. Okay, that's a fact. Okay, so why the rush, and why aren't our elected officials standing behind this? Why are we declining to answer Homedale residents? So can we just have a dialogue, please? I know you're looking at the time to get me out of here, but it's okay for us to disagree and for me to oppose this charter study.
Thank you.
It's about Homedale.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Do
Thank
you
you.
have any responses?
No, please take a seat, and
I know,
we'll-
this is the
we'll-
routine.
we'll-
This is the
we'll-
routine.
First, let me ask the attorney if he has any comments.
No, I mean, the only comment, I think everyone here is aware of this, but this matter is outside. Sorry. Yeah. I think as everybody here knows, I don't think I'm saying anything new. At this point in time, this is in the hands of the Charter Commission. This council, I never like to tell elected officials that they don't have power over something. That doesn't make me popular with elected officials. But this matter, whatever the issues are, questions or concerns, it should be addressed to the Charter Study Commission. The council has no role in this at this point.
So just a quick question on that, actually. So my position on this is pretty well documented at this point. But that aside, can we as a committee work to, I don't know if promote's the word I want to use, but better inform, be more proactive and better inform the public? Putting it in newsletters, putting it on the website, letting people know sort of what's, I mean, just using our platforms, right, to better inform the public so that people know what they're voting for or against.
Sure. I think that you certainly can have some conversations internally. I think the risk is that because as a township, you don't have a role at this point. It's with the Charter Study Commission, it's with the voters, it's with the next process, that I think you run the risk of confusing folks about who's in charge of the Charter Study at this point in time, and what the process is moving forward. That doesn't mean that you can't have further discussions, but I think that would be the concern I would have as a lawyer or as the firm, lawyer on behalf of the firm here for the township, was that you create more confusion in the effort to do good and put information out there. If it's not done in the right way, it's going to cause more concern with the voters.
But that doesn't apply to when this body was trying to get it passed on the ballot, though. I'm just wanting to make sure there's consistency in sort of how it's considered. That's all. I'm not trying to make it
I would encourage you certainly when Mike's back, he's more familiar with obviously all the background before today. From my position looking forward, I just think you need to be very, very careful that you don't confuse folks more than help them.
Okay.
Can I get one follow-up question, please? Based on what the attorney said. This is an important question. Based on what the attorney said.
Excuse me.
Hold on. If you have to come to the mic, and please be short.
Chris Damari, Seven Oaks. If that's true with what you said, and we've heard this at a past township committee meeting, that there should be no involvement, that should also include the fact that Mayor Bontempo should not be allowed to put campaign signs up and litter our town to vote yes, because there should be no involvement by an elected official. Does that not make sense?
No,
am
no.
I
So, okay,
crazy
thank
here?
you, thank you.
How do you talk around
can
that
you-
one?
No,
Chris,
please take a
it's
seat.
the point I was trying to make,
Yeah.
Chris, which is I want to make sure there's just consistency in how this is approached, right? And again, I'm not the attorney, so I don't.
No, and I think it's one, if people have specific ideas, Committeeman, if you had something you wanted to do, certainly, Mike can look at it, or you guys can talk about exactly what you're proposing or might be proposing. There's also an important distinction between something that comes out officially from the township versus something that anybody does on their own volition. There can be a distinction there, and I think that can be important.
Yeah, no, and my position for the township would be obviously just purely informational and objective, right? Not with any position one way or the other, but understood.
Thank you. Thank you, Counselor. Thank you. Anyone else? Any other questions? Seeing none, I close public portion, public comments, and motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
All right, I'll say aye.
Aye.
Aye.